Very good afternoon to all of you. So today we will start with fiber optic communication, the leftover unit. Am I audible to all? The screen is also visible to all. So fiber optic communication unit 5 we will discuss. So that will finish up your syllabus for FOC. The screen is visible. Just wait, my presentation is not uploading. Okay, students, in that unit we have to discuss WDM networks. Okay, how we will transmit and receive the data, that we have to see. So screen is visible to all. Okay, the presentation is visible. I think it's not working here. Is the presentation visible to all?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I am not getting what is the exact problem here. Okay, now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here we want to discuss regarding unit 5, which is based on WDM concept. Till now we have seen all the basic fabrication, designing, losses and optical sources, detectors in the core syllabus of our fiber optic communication. Now we will discuss how we can, what are the problems associated with this type of communication channel and how these signals are transmitted. Okay, so here we will discuss WDM systems, that is wavelength division multiplexing and its principle, DWDM system, dense wavelength division multiplexing, then concept of self phase modulation. What is self phase modulation and how it is used in optical fiber communication? Then we will discuss group velocity dispersion. We have seen due to this group velocity variation, scattering and different losses occur. So what is this group velocity dispersion? Then we have to find out soliton based communication. Then what are the non-linear effects in fiber optic links? These are the contents of unit 5. Okay, students, so now summary I have written till your unit 4, that is CO4, course outcome 4 of your syllabus. Okay, so what we had in first unit, we discussed the classification of fiber, step index, grid index fiber, multimode, monomode fiber. Okay, that we have discussed in CO1 and fabrication of optical fiber. Then in CO2, okay, that is the unit 2 of your fiber optic communication. There we discussed how signal degradation appears. What are the causes for this dispersion, attenuation and losses? Okay, this is the overall classification which is shown in the diagram. Okay, what are the reasons behind this? And then we have discussed OTDR, that is optical time domain reflectometry. Okay, that is OTDR. Then what is OTDR we have seen, and how it is used we have seen that also. Okay, then next unit is totally based on your optical sources and detectors. Okay, so sources consist of LED and laser, and your detectors consist of photodiodes. Okay, pin and avalanche photodiodes. Then we had discussion of optical switches and amplifier such as EDFA. ठीक है ना, in unit 4 CO4 of your syllabus. This diagram shows you point-to-point communication link, information source, optical transmitter, LED or lasers. Then this is my optical fiber for communication system, optical receiver and the user. Till now we have discussed all these parameters very thoroughly. Now we will starting with wavelength division multiplexing. We all know what do we mean by multiplexing. mixing of signals and generating the output. That is my multiplexing. So wavelength division multiplexing involves the transmission of a number of different peak wavelength optical signals in parallel or a single optical fiber. Okay, it has a distinction that each WDM channel effectively has access to the entire intensity modulation fiber bandwidth, which with current technologies of the order of several gigahertz, we can transmit large number of signals by using WDM technique. And students, I think in next week you are having your exams, midterm exams. Your last working day is supposed to be 26th, I think, in the RT calendar. After that, you are having your theory exams. So, WDM क्या करता है? It transmits number of different peak wavelengths. So, the signals cannot be overlapped. The signals will have different wavelength. At different wavelength, we are transmitting the signal. We are not transmitting the signal at different time. Time is same. Okay, time is same. At same time, we can transmit n number of messages. But what we will consider that these messages will have different wavelength. Okay? And WDM channels we can use effectively. And it serves several gigahertz bandwidth. Okay? WDM is essential when conventional optical fiber communication system is together with a duplex. Duplex system means, student, if signals are transmitting in opposite direction from one end to other end, from other end to input end, okay, to and fro communication takes place and only two different nominal wavelengths will travel, okay, providing bidirectional transmission, okay. So WDM can have duplex system or a multiplex system. Multiplex system means it could be useful to transmit n number of wavelengths, two or more different nominal wavelengths, optical signals transmitted in the same direction. So this is the classification, and see students, we have seen the components of WDM in your previous unit. Add drop multiplexer, wavelength selective multiplexers, they use those optical switches, they use optical amplifiers. So all those are key components to design WDM. Okay? Partitions the optical bandwidth into a larger number of channels. It allows multiple data streams to be transferred along the same piece of fiber at the same time. This is a major feature of your WDM. Consists of node interconnected by fiber optic links. We have n number of nodes interconnected for long distance communication. Okay? And important points. If multiple signals are transmitted, each one would require a separate optical fiber and separate optical source. क्या लिख रहे हैं हम? If multiple signals are transmitted, each one would require a separate optical fiber and separate optical source. The optical sources is having a very narrow spectral bands. These sources use only a very narrow partition of available transmission bandwidth of fiber. In WDM, each source is operated at a different peak emission wavelength and achieves simultaneous transmission. क्या key features होते हैं in transmitting? That only a single fiber we should use, and in that single fiber we can transmit n number of channels, n number of signals. ठीक है? It should have very narrow spectral bands so that optical source light can be launched into the optical fiber. So why we are shifting towards WDM? Because of all these properties. ठीक है? And WDM क्या करता है? In same instant of time, it will transmit n number of different peak emission wavelength. It provides a larger spectral bandwidth. Optical waveguides do not always behave as linear channels where optical output power is equal to the optical input power. ठीक है? Linear channels की तरह हमेशा behave नहीं करते हैं because it is not necessary that output power is equal to the input power. Several non-linear effects occurs which causes scattering. What happens when we are transmitting this signal? It is always not possible कि जैसे input power change होगा accordingly output power will change. ठीक है? This is your linear effect, and sometimes there are non-linear effects associated with the optical fiber communication. So those effects are known as non-linear effects, and which occurs and which causes scattering of signal. After that, we are having non-linear scattering is a transfer of optical power from one mode to be transferred in either the forward or backward direction, or other modes at different frequency. Students, we have seen optical amplifiers. There we have designed one amplifier which uses non-linear scattering property. That is known as Raman amplifier. That is due to your this property. ठीक है, non-linear scattering. So, operational principles of WDM. The implementation of sophisticated WDM networks requires a variety of passive and active devices to combine. What we are combining? We are combining optical fibers, we are combining optical powers, which we are transmitting through the device. So, it is not a single device. Okay? It combines many small devices and then we can design one WDM system. Okay? So, it consists of both active and passive components. To combine the power, to distribute, to isolate, to amplify optical power at different wavelength. Okay, student, passive devices require no external control for their operation. These components are mainly used to split and combine or tap off optical fiber. Okay, passive devices require no external control for their operation. These components are mainly used to split and combine or tap off optical fiber. These are the passive devices. We have seen active devices also, which amplifies your signal, are the active devices. Active WDM component includes tunable optical fibers, sources, and optical amplifiers. ठीक है? WDM link contain various types of optical amplifier. As we know, it is not a single component or single device. It requires many components to design WDM link. Okay, so it contains various types of optical amplifiers. A transmitter, a multiplexer is needed to combine this. See, this is a whole network, WDM network. So it will be having multiplexer as well as demultiplexer at the receiver side. That constitutes of your WDM link. So a transmitter, a multiplexer is needed to combine these optical outputs into a continuous spectrum of signals and couple into a single fiber. Okay, at the receiver end, a demultiplexer is required to separate the optical signal into appropriate detection channels for signal processing. Okay, at the receiver end, a demultiplexer is required. At the transmitter side, we require multiplexer. So that constitutes of your WDM network. Now, students, you can write few important points regarding WDM networks. ठीक है, it uses active passive devices. उसके बाद लिख सकते हो optical amplifier as active component is needed. Then it is a combination of multiplexer and demultiplexer. कुछ important points please note down in your copy. ठीक है, wherever you feel. Now this is a simple WDM network link. You can draw this diagram in your copy. Please draw it. Finish, students. Over. Are you getting this diagram? Yes, students, are you getting this diagram? Yes, students, what is there in this diagram? At the input side, see, it's a network. Okay, it's a overall optical fiber communication system which consists of n number of transmitters, n number of receivers. At different wavelengths, we are having different input signals. A single optical fiber is used, fiber link. Multiplexer will multiplex n number of inputs into one output. Okay, different wavelengths are combined together to transmit the signal at a single time. Okay, student. So, what is the role of multiplexer? It will select first wavelength, it will transmit, it will select all the wavelengths and it will transmit the signal. Okay, after that, what will happen? All the wavelengths are traveling through the optical fiber. It will require some post amplifiers, inline amplifiers, pre-amplifiers, and in between we are having optical fiber to transmit this signal. Okay. Then at the receiver side, what we'll have? We have to demultiplex all the different wavelengths which were transmitted by the transmitter. So now demultiplexer role is to identify each wavelength and reproduce that wavelength output at that specific receiver. Clear? So receivers, till here we are having optical fibers which are transmitting the signals and the receiver will select its wavelength and the outputs are generated. So this is the overall block diagram of your WDM network link. I think all have finished this. So now, moving ahead in this field, operational principles of WDM. The original use of WDM is to upgrade the capacity of point-to-point transmission link. Okay, WDM standards are developed by ITU. Normal users cannot define these standards. It is defined by some international team, okay, which is known as ITU. So all the standards are developed over there. It is known as ITU TG692, refers to the spacing. Since C is equal to nu lambda, okay, and the equation is this, differentiating this, taking a small part of that, so del lambda, del nu. So new equation is defined over here. This is your overall attenuation which we have seen with respect to wavelength. Okay? So highest attenuation occurs in between second and third window of optical fiber communication. You can see this spectral line width which the signal we are transmitting from 1532 to 1562 nanometer wavelength. यहाँ से जब हम सिग्नल ट्रांसमिट करते हैं, ठीक है, wavelength band occupied by light signal, 100 gigahertz channel spacing recommended by ITU-T. This much channel spacing is required to transmit this signal. And then you will get this at optical bandwidth, that is the frequency band occupied by light signal. Here, second window, near second window of fiber optic communication, you will get low losses. You can see third window में और losses कम हो गए तुम्हारे. As this generation changes, this gap changes, the losses reduces. But in between, you can see there is much attenuation loss. Characteristics of WDM. It upgrades the capacity. You can write down these points in your copy. It upgrades the capacity. It is providing transparency. Each optical channel can carry any transmission format, fast or slow, synchronous or asynchronous, analog information or digital data. ठीक है, it provides the transparency of data communication. Wavelength routing and wavelength switching. You can route the devices, you can switch the wavelength. MUX combines emitting signals into a serial spectrum of closely spaced wavelength. ठीक है, basic design challenges for MUX is to provide a low loss path from each optical source. See what happens, students? Multiplexer is a device which will have n number of inputs. ठीक है, from where you will get input? Input is combined with the optical sources. Optical sources will generate LED or laser will generate light. That light will be coupled, and each light will be generated at some particular wavelength. That wavelength is coupled with the multiplexer. So basic challenge, it's a big challenge, I must say, to reduce this losses when the light is coupled with the multiplexer. ठीक है, using multiplex operating mode has benefits over the TDM. We all know TDM से तो much better is your WDM. Advantages and disadvantages: fewer wires or channels to transmit and receive data. A single fiber cable can handle dozens of channels instead of using 12 cables. You only use one cable. ठीक है. Disadvantage: complex transmitters and receiver. They must be wideband, which means they are more expensive and possibly less reliable. These are the disadvantages of WDM network. ठीक है, students? And I will show you this. So students, if you have any doubt in this, it's totally theoretical topic. It's totally theoretical topic. You all know TDM है, ठीक है? Draw this diagram, student. Wavelength division multiplexing. This is just the transmitter side diagram. Please draw it. Finished? Yes, students, finish this diagram. Finished? WDM concept. Okay, this is a basic transmitter. You can show this diagram in exam. Then this is the same concept of WDM, point to point link, which we have seen already. Now you can draw this diagram also. From link to link transmission. This is signal flow. See, students, it could be sometimes it could be bidirectional also. That's why no arrows are marked over here. Draw this diagram. Transponders, links are shown. Mux, demux. Finished? Okay. See, you can see three forms of transmission and reception over here. One is your simplex communication system, okay, which is only one-way communication system from transmitter to receiver. Just a single signal can be sent. Then we are having a duplex kind of system. Then we are having a multiplex kind of system. Duplex system, at both the ends, we are having transmitters and receiver, as it transmits only two signals at the most, and you can have at each end you can have transmitter and receiver. Okay, it's a two-way communication. Then a multiplexer, which generally we use because whenever we have n number of signals to be transmitted. So this is your multiplex system. Okay, I think basic concepts of WDM is cleared. You can see, student, this kind of graph you get at different wavelengths the light is transmitted. N number of different lights are transmitted. ठीक है, एंड अटीन्यूएशन अकर्स, सबसे ज्यादा अटीन्यूएशन तुम्हारा सेकेंड और थर्ड विंडो के बीच में होता है. ठीक है, तो दैट वी हैव टू रिड्यूस. Then we have DWDM system. You can write down the heading, students. DWDM, that is dense wavelength division multiplexing. ठीक है, DWDM, dense wavelength division multiplexing. See, both are generally same, but here we are reducing the channel space. We are closely putting all the wavelengths which you want to transmit. Okay? Here what we are doing, multiple channels of information carried over the same fiber, each using an individual wavelength. That is the role of WDM, we all know. DWDM is WDM utilizing closely spaced channels. Okay, channel spacing reduced to 1.6 nanometer and less. Here the channel spacings are reduced. See, in different applications, in different atmosphere, we need sometimes we can transmit majority of information with less data channel space. So there, what we can do, we can use DWDM system. Okay, channel spacing is reduced to 1.6 nanometer. Cost-effective way of increasing capacity without replacing the fiber. It's a cost-effective way because WDM is having some limitation. This much spacing should be required and this many channels can be transmitted. But in the same channel, in the same optical fiber, if I want to send more number of optical fiber signals, then I will have to replace the optical fiber. But by using DWDM concept, you can send all the signals using this single fiber only. Cost-effective way of increasing capacity without replacing fiber. Commercial systems available with capacities of 32 channels and upwards. Greater than 80 GB per second per fiber. So these are the properties. This is DWDM channel. Same concept, just the spacing is reduced. Okay. Transmitter, receiver, WDM, WDD, optical fiber, very densely spaced signals, input signals. Okay, students, should I move ahead? Is it clear, students? Should I move ahead? Please respond. Okay. So this is DWDM. Theory generally is asked. Multiple channels of information carried over the same fiber, each using an individual wavelength. Unlike WDM, channels are much closer together. Transmitter T1 communicates with receiver R1 as if connected by a dedicated fiber, as does T2 and R2. and so on. Okay, this is the basic concept, students. Laser modulation modes for DWDM. There are two different modulation techniques: direct modulation and indirect modulation. Direct modulation, internal modulation, or indirect modulation, that is external modulation. We all know what is modulation process in analog communication, digital communications. We have studied modulation, and it's very important to transmit a signal. We need to modulate the signal while transmitting. Light wave intensity is changed by controlling the injection current using laser diodes. ठीक है, इनडायरेक्ट मॉड्यूलेशन में हम क्या करना है, लेजर इज मॉड्यूलेटेड इनडायरेक्टली by adding an external modulator in its output path. An external modulator is used to modulate the light wave. So what are laser modulation? Direct, indirect, internal or external. Network element types of DWDM are optical terminal multiplexer OTM, then optical add drop multiplexer, optical line amplifier and regenerators. These are the different elements which is needed to design a DWDM system. You can write the short forms. Okay, students, should we move ahead? Advantages. By the name only, we came to know what are the main advantages of this. It increases the bandwidth, greater fiber capacity, easier network expansion. It can give you increase in capacity, which TDM cannot match ever. Incremental cost for a new channel is low. If I want to add some new channels in the existing fiber, it is very easy and the cost is very low. Disadvantage is not cost effective for low channel numbers. Introduces another element, the frequency domain, to network design and management. Some frequency domain problem arises when we use DWDM network. Then this is the comparison between WDM and DWDM network. So you can write down, this is generally asked in the question also. Channel spacing, number of bands used, cost per channel, number of channels delivered, and these are the application. So this is the comparison of your WDM and DWDM networks. Losses, channel spacing is very less. Okay, students. Now next is your concept of self-phase modulation, which is the next topic of your syllabus. Self-phase modulation, it is also known as SPM. So just we will discuss for 5 minutes and we will wind up this class. And students, you want to note anything? WDM, DWDM networks. In senior books, it is explained very nicely, all the optical networks. There are two modes of transmission also, synchronous and asynchronous. You all know, I think. ATM, asynchronous transfer mode. क्या होता है इसमें? It's a packetized multiplexing and switching technique which seeks to combine the benefits of packet switching and circuit switching. और क्या होता है इसमें ATM में? Information is fixed size unit called cells. ठीक है ना? Each cell contains the information. That is my ATM mode. And what is synchronous network? It is synchronized to transmit the messages. So anything you want to note here? I will just go back. So that if you want to write some important points, you can write. So all these topics we have discussed today. So students, we will continue with the next class, self-paced modulation topic. And then generally in 1 to 2 classes, we will wind up the course of your fiber optic communication. So if you have any doubt, we can discuss it over here. So I think there is no doubt. So we will continue tomorrow in the next class. Goodbye students and take care.